So before we get started, go ahead and watch the video on how to access a Honda Beat engine and fuel tank. You'll need to have some of the information off there to get to this point. Also, secondly, please take a second to like and subscribe, and if you find this helpful, give it a share or throw me a comment down in the comment section. I try to respond to every comment. So anyway, without further ado, here is how to change the fuel pump in a Honda Beat PP1. Alright, so for starters, we're going to go ahead and pop this little clip. This clip retains the fuel feed and fuel return. Next, we're going to go ahead and take off the little clamp that is on this hose right here. There you go, not too hard. Then we're going to pull the line off. Sometimes it can be stuck. I was going to use the pliers, not really a good idea, so I decided not to do that. You can use a flathead, but just be gentle because sometimes you can rip the fuel line. There you go. Next, this is a 17 millimeter right here, but I decided to take off the 10 millimeters that hold on the fuel pump hanger first. And I lost one there. It's gone forever. So I believe it was like 10 millimeters. And just take them off, set them to the side, somewhere where you don't lose them. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take off the 17 millimeter. Be careful, there are two washers on this. There's one on top, right below the banjo bolt, and there's one on the bottom as well. Don't lose those washers. They're basically little seals, so you don't get fuel leaks. Just go ahead, put your bolt back in so you don't lose it and nothing really gets in there. You can go ahead and pull out the fuel pump now. So I forgot to take a little bit of video of it, but on mine, this fuel pump has been changed before, so I just cut the zip ties, released the two hose clamps, and disconnected this one connector, and everything was pretty much the same. You can see the new fuel pump's a little bigger. I'm going to use this sock that is on the fuel pump that was in the vehicle, mainly because it has a very dense material in there that I think filters better than the little nylon strainer bag that came with the new fuel pump. So even though there's a little junk in there, it's still a better filter than what came with my new pump. You can see it's pretty clean there. I was trying to show you the holes. The diameter on the holes on the filters are a lot different. You can really see through that, and that's why I don't want to use that one. Also, while you have your fuel pump out, this is a good time to go ahead and inspect your tank to see how it's looking, because rusty tanks can kill fuel pumps. And actually, this tank was amazing for being like 31 years old. So this is a beautiful tank. I was glad to see this. One of my other cars, I went through quite a few fuel pumps due to tank issues. So definitely inspect your tank. Alright, so you can see I zip tied up the new fuel pump, put the filter back on, tightened up the hose clamps, and connected the plug. So next, we're just going to go ahead and drop everything back in the tank. Make sure you put it in the right orientation. The return line that's coming off of the hanger should drop right down into the plastic clip. Then after that, we're just going to go ahead and put on all the 10 mils. On my impact driver, I have it on a very low setting as to not over torque and damage the studs off of the tank. So you can see I'm just barely hitting it. Also, be sure you hit it in a star pattern like you would with a tire. You do that so you don't get any pinches or kinks in the in your gasket seal, because you don't want to be leaking fuel. So there you can see the 2 separate O-rings I was talking about, crush washers. I'm reusing these, they looked in pretty good shape. Put your fuel feed back on, drop the banjo bolt on, get her started, and then hit her with a light ugga-dugga. Ugga-dugga! And that's enough. After that, just clamp down your retaining clip, slap your return line back on, and then you're going to put the little hose clamp back in place. Look at that, my finger came back. We meet again, my mortal enemy. Sorry that my finger keeps getting in the video. Didn't mean to, but here we are. Alright, so get your hose clamp, put her back on, make sure she's tight. Then you can connect back the fuel pump power. And since we just put a new fuel pump in, turn your key to the accessory position a couple times. And what that's doing is you're just going to be running fuel through the pump so it doesn't try to start the car dry. So just do it a couple times. Depending on which fuel pump you have, you'll be able to hear once it's full and passing fluid through the system. So this actually didn't fix the issue that I had with my Beat. Apparently the issue that I had was someone had put injectors that were too big on it and it was flooding out. But so basically just do the reverse order of everything and you will have your car back together and ready to rock if the fuel pump was your issue. Anyway, thanks again for watching my video. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, and comment.